Hello, and welcome to Global Data Themes Instant Insights. At Global Data, we define a theme as something that keeps a CEO awake at night, as businesses that invest in important themes will succeed, and those that don't will fail. Hello, and welcome to Instant Insights. I'm Emma Taylor, and today I'll be talking to thematic analysts Amelia Affleck and Carolina Pinto following their experience last week at London Tech Week to get their key takeaways. Cybersecurity, the failure of the Silicon Valley Bank, climate change, the shortage of tech talent, and of course AI was high on the agenda. Thank you both so much for joining me. So, Amelia, there are a lot of government ministers attending Tech Week. Even Prime Minister Rishi Sunak was there giving a speech. What do you think the overall message was?
Well, thank you for having me, Emma. It's great to be here. Overall, there was definitely an emphasis on the UK's leading role in AI and tech development, and that the UK is placed third globally following the US and China. Prime Minister Sunak and Mayor Sadiq Khan referenced the government initiatives that have attracted global talent and global investments and allowed for the UK to lead. They cited examples of leading AI companies such as OpenAI opening their European offices in London, despite the regulatory certainty the EU has with the recently enacted AI Act.
Yes, the AI Act was repeatedly mentioned and a hot topic, but everyone was very keen that regulation should not be stifling any kind of innovation either.
Definitely, you're so right there, Emma. Even Chancellor Jeremy Hunt spoke about how the UK has a lot to learn from the US in terms of entrepreneurial culture and that we need to overcome our culture of British modesty. Former Chancellor Sajid Javid also said our investment into computing power is lagging and we need to spend billions here. So there's definitely a lot of work for the UK government to be doing in this space.
Yeah. I guess the investment into computing power and things like that could cause tensions with other things, like perhaps something like climate pledges. There was a big focus on regulation in all areas, right?
Definitely. There was a lot of questions on how we can mitigate the risks and concerns surrounding AI. Both the government and private sector recognise that with UK leadership comes responsibility. So the UK must lead on AI safety. And to do this requires, as you've already said, appropriate legislation, but without stifling innovation. Despite recognising these risks, the overall rhetoric was positive about how AI can support society overall, especially in the health and education sectors. There were also some interesting discussions on the regulation and future of the crypto market, as well as businesses' responsibility in protecting the environment and mitigating climate change.
Yeah, climate change, I guess, unsurprisingly, was also pretty high on the agenda. Also talking about it in conjunction with other trends like AI and perhaps how, AI could be used to predict or mitigate its effects. Carolina, what else was being said about climate tech?
Yes, a big topic throughout the week was sustainability in climate tech. Here at Thematic Intelligence, we love a theme. So when Paul Pullman, ex-Unilever boss, described the climate and sustainability not as sectors but as overarching themes, we knew we had to talk about it on the podcast. Now, there was a lot of positivity and skepticism about our efforts around sustainability. On one end, we had Pullman discuss how public and private sectors are falling behind the 1.5 Celsius global warming limit. In his view, we have around 5 to 7 years to turn things around, and we are hiding behind innovation, solutions like carbon capturing, to continue investing in fossil fuels. In a very ironic fashion, his statement came straight after the UK's new Energy Security Secretary spoke about the UK's perhaps unrealistic ambitions for carbon capturing and space-based energy farm.
Yeah, that's a lot of sort of quite sobering realizations there. Is there any hope? Was there any positivity? Will any of our targets be reached?
Yes, it was not all negative. We had a wave of positivity and a feeling of opportunity among the industry leaders. Across the board, I think there was a general consensus that the financial incentives to invest in the energy transition are now more present than ever. Cost curves have come down, and for the first time ever, global investments in green energy outweighed investments in fossil fuels. We also heard great innovations like Octobus, a public transportation management software company, Notpla, a company making disposable, essentially edible, the guy ate it on stage, packaging out of seaweed. And for all the football fans, Matteo Flamini was also there talking about his GF Biochemicals company, making sustainable alternatives to oil-based products. Overall, my takeaway was that we have the technology to make our planet more sustainable. The question is how we scale up those technologies quickly, cheaply, and in an equitable way across the globe. To do it correctly, we need to be more strategic with this implementation, and of course, we need the willpower to do so.
Yeah, well, that's an encouraging thought that the tech is there. I guess, yeah, there's just a huge difference between the tech existing and it being implemented effectively and usefully. Well, I think that's all we have time for, but thank you both for those instant insights. Thank you for listening, and from us in Thematic Intelligence, see you next time.